Shalom, y'all. Bashim Shabakata, y'all Shamarathan, Bashim Shah. You understand? Precinct Officer 1000, Mathum Yard, out of I.S.U.P.K, started 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, on the command during YAHANNA. You understand? We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. You understand? And we're going to continue to push this truth. Soy el oficial de la, soy oficial Matomia de la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal, una organización que comenzó en la calle 125 en Harlem, Nueva York, para el mando del general YAHANNA. Enseñamos que los negros, los hispanos y los nativos americanos son familia y son el pueblo elegido de Dios según la Biblia. All right, so now we are here, for the Monday, for the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. You understand, where we break down the Bible, break down precepts. Got questions, we answer them according to the scriptures. You know what I mean, and we're gonna answer all the questions you might have, right? And a lot of things are going on, like we usually do. We talk about what's going on in the world today. Understand? I seen in recent news, recent news, there was a brother by the name of Nolan Xavier Wells that has been, been missing for a few days, and his body was found. You understand? And his last photo he took was with a group of Edomite individuals, with a group of individuals that are oppressors. You understand? And like, he looked happy in the photo. Let me see if I can pull the photo up. It's gonna take me some time. Bear with me for a second, but let's see if I can get a picture of the brother. You understand? Because it seemed like this is happening more times than not. It seems like this is happening all the time now, right? I'm gonna pull this picture up right here so y'all can see. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, y'all, listen. One brief moment. Boom. All right, so yes, so this brother right here that you see on the screen right now, Nolan Xavier Wells. All right, look, and the brother was 18 years old, had his whole life ahead of him. You understand? A football player, had aspirations and dreams of, taking football to the furthest it can get, to the highest height. You understand? And now he's, you understand, taken away from his whole family. His mother is, his whole family is mourning now because he's not with them no more. And I wonder why. You look at this photo here. You look at this picture he took. This tells the whole story. This tells the whole story right here. Him hanging out with his so-called friends. You understand? And that's one thing we got to start remembering. These people do not love us, man. They hate us. You know what I mean? And, he got with these group of young men, these individuals right here. And now he's missing. He was missing for a period of time. And now it's found, his body has been found, and he's, not here with us no more. You understand? And I wonder why. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. We are the greatest people ever walked the face of this earth. And the Lord said we was a separate people. And, understand, he separated us for a good reason. He separated us, the children of Israel, for a good reason. Once we start integrating with these devils and, trying to be a part of what they got going on, try to be friends with them, try to be friends with these devils, you understand? You're going to have this happen. You're going to have situations like this occurring all the time. All the time, you're going to see things like this happening. And it seems like it's happening like every week now with the brother Salaki. It came out with the brother that got unalive by the Asians a few weeks ago, close to a month ago, but not quite. Salaki, excuse me. Got that, and then the Asian man, he got off on it. You understand? They let him get off on it. So we just getting unalive and not having no justice. Like that's anything new. You understand? We had another situation where a brother got unalive, a 1 year old baby boy. You know what I mean? And this brother got shot by police because I don't know, it was an emergency. They was looking for people that was stealing huggy diapers. You understand? And so now a baby has to get unalive. You understand? That happened. Then you got Tanya Miller. You understand? Getting lynched last week. You understand? Hey, Tanya Miller getting lynched last week, and also another sister getting lynched last week. Like it seems like you know what I mean, this is happening more than not. You know what I mean? And it's a daily occurrence. And we have to understand like this is not, you know what I mean, it's something that we're doing that's wrong. You know what I mean? Something that we're doing that's totally wrong. You understand? When we try to get together with these oppressors, when we try to, you know what I mean, be friends with them, we're going to end up like this brother right here. We're going to end up like how, unfortunately, we're going to end up like this brother right here. When we could just be friend, like we instead of having beef with one another, we can be, you know, we could be treating each other as brothers. We could be taking care of each other. We could put differences aside. We could put all them little, you know, small things aside. Any offenses any brothers made to each other, you know, there's ways to work that out. But when we don't love one another, and then we choose, because if you don't love your own people, your love is definitely going somewhere else. Your love is definitely going in a place where it's not, where it don't belong. You know what I mean? Where it belongs to your people. But now you don't love your people. Now, guess what? Now here we are, and we in situations like this. How many times have I seen you know what I mean, sisters in these relationships, in these intimate relationships with these devils, right? And now you know, unfortunately getting unalived by these devils that they claim to love. You understand? That happens all the time. And I'm seeing it, you know, all the time. You understand? Everybody know what I'm talking about. You just go ahead and look online. You see this all the time. Now, what we have to do, what's the solution? Like, damn, we try to be what America wants us to be. Don't America want us to be, don't America want, you know what I mean, black people to join into the society more? Don't they want black people to, you know what I mean, be friends and more kind and more, you know what I mean, less angry and be with the whole thing that's going on here? Right? No, but we do that and we get unalive. We do that, we get strangled. We do that, we get found hanging from trees. You understand? In Texas, we get found hanging from trees. You understand? And bullied in school. Well, they try to bully us. You know what I mean? They try to do whatever they can to diminish our character. But listen, like we try to do those things, and guess what? This is what it's getting us. So, in order for us to live, we'll just have to, you know what I mean, not be friends with these oppressors, not get along with these oppressors, not try to join hand in hand with these oppressors, not try to act like you their friend, not try to be around them on something like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the like. I say this, like, how long is it going to take for us to learn that having oppressor friends is a no-no? And that's according to the Bible. Let me read it for you. Think I'm just talking out my mouth. You know what I mean? Read it. Book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. Now, if you go in your your compact Zondervan's Bible dictionary, you understand? You'll find in there, when you look the word holy up, it means to be separate. All right. So when you reading the word holy in the Bible, you're reading the Lord saying he wants somebody to be separate or he's separate. So like, excuse me. Whatever, however you get it from the context, you know what I mean? Wherever the context tells you, you understand about the word. You understand you're either gonna be holy, so like it's separate or set apart. You understand? That's what the most high is saying. So when he says he wants us, when he says that, right? I'm gonna read it again. It said, and ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people. He severed us from other people, meaning he violently separated us from these people. If I had a sword, you understand, and I cut my forearm off, it's detached from this other part of my arm. You understand? That's what the Lord did to us. You understand? And these other nations. He didn't have us to be together. He didn't make it so where we all join in hand together. You know what I mean? And this is a prime example why. A prime example why. You know what I mean? Like we can't call the police. You know, what I mean, our people can't call the police. Why can't we? Because you'll end up like Sonya Massey. You know what I mean? Like our people, you know, what I mean, she was just a sister trying to help help get help because you know, she felt like she needed some safety, right? But then they came over there and they were the biggest danger she ever had in her life. Well, which means like we have to, you know, not do what we've been doing and what we've been doing, how we learned it from our preachers and our you know what I'm saying, our religious leaders. We cannot, you know, we're gonna have to separate from that train of thought, from that mindset. From that mindset right there, we'll be, you know what I mean, we'll be dropping dead all week long. You know what I'm saying? Week after week, we'll just be, you know what I mean, dropping like flies because this is how they do to us. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? Let me read some more. It says, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have also again, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. Now you see why another reason why he did it. Like, you know what I mean? So we will be his. You understand? The Lord calls us our his chosen people, his favorite people. You know what I mean? We're his children at the end of the day. So when he tells us that he wants us to be separate from these other people, let's just believe what he's talking about. Let's just try to understand he knows better than us. He knows better than us. Therefore, we have to just lay everything down what we've been taught. And what we've been taught, like the church been teaching us to love everybody, no matter how much they unaliven us, no matter how much they you know what I mean, give how much they mistreating us or being unfair, being unjust with us. We gotta love them anyway. We gotta separate from that mind of thinking. You understand? We gotta get out of that mindset. It ain't doing us no good. Damn sure ain't did this brother right here any good at all. This brother right here was just trying to be the best football player he can be. But he had, but it was poor choices in friendship that he made. You understand? When he picked these men to be his comrades, his friends. You understand? And now he's not here with his brother, and that show you right there, like they ain't never no getting along with these people, because that's just in their blood. It's in their blood to, you know what I mean, try to unalive us. It's in their blood to hate us and not love us, man. What we read last week in the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, on how Esau, you know what I mean, and Jacob was fighting in the womb. Jacob and Esau was fighting in the womb. And you know, that's spiritual to what's happening today. You understand? We've been fighting in the womb, and that means something right there. Since the womb. You know what I mean? Jacob and Esau. They're doing these things to us, and like, you know, like how we say, like, you know, when we are unaliving each other, it's like When we're unaliving each other, that is, you know what I'm saying, family issues, in-house issue that we have to fix. And it's definitely a problem that has to be solved and has to be dealt with. But when another nation does it, when another nation decides to lay their hands or to do anything uh, wrong or mishandle us, you understand? That's an act of war. And black men, we don't know that we're an act. We don't know that we're being waged war upon because we're too busy doing things we ain't supposed to be doing. What's one of the things we doing? We over there, you know, getting high off anything we could smoke. Anything you feel like you could smoke, we smoking it. You know what I'm saying? Anything you feel like you can get out of that paraphernalia store to make you feel better for a moment. You understand? You know what I mean? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, and that's why we getting destroyed. Because the Lord ain't never told us to do any of those things. He ain't never told us to, you know, be that way. He never taught us to deal with our stress and our problems in a way where we destroying ourselves and getting high. You understand? Brothers, though, that's all brothers want to do is get high and all that stuff, man. But we have to, you know, I mean, get out of that lifestyle. That lifestyle right there only led to us having broken households, broken families, you understand, and ain't doing no help. They already kicked the black man out the household. They already have it so in Section 8 where the man can't, the father can't be there. You understand? We have to really pay attention to the way our life is set up, our livelihood is set up. You understand? And go and take it from there. What we do in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge is we teach brothers, man. We teach brothers how to, you know, have some discipline, have discipline within themselves, so then they don't have to smoke. They don't have to, you know, I mean, some brothers in here came up in here and they ended up quitting at cold turkey, quitting smoking cold turkey. I mean, that's the discipline that we've been taught in here. That's the discipline we've been taught, and you know what I mean, the spirit of the Most High in brothers to, you know what I mean, want to give all that stuff up. Cause you know what I mean, it ain't gonna get better. It ain't gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. You understand? Trump is, you know what I mean, and is boasting the US right now. Boasting the US, and you know, trying to hide the fact that they just went and lost to Iran. You know what I mean? They just went, you know, you understand, had to suffer defeat from Iran. You know what I mean, with all these peace treaties trying to, you know, get something done. But it's the wars over there, the battling in the Straits of Hormuz is going to continue going on. You know what I mean? Because the Lord had it that way. The Lord wants it to happen. And guess what? There's going to be more nations to go into that battle. Going to meet everybody there in the Straits of Hormuz and the Valley of Jehoshaphat. You understand? Everything is going to happen over there in some other places too. You understand? Like that's going to happen, and it's rightful that it's righteous that it happens, because if it doesn't happen, we'll just be in poverty forever. We'll be in bondage forever. We'll be in bondage under these men right here that you see on the screen. You know what I mean? That Nolan Wells is next to. We'll be in bondage under them forever, and they'll get to do whatever they want to us forever. They'll be ruling over us forever, man. And what needs to happen? It needs to be a more righteous leadership on this earth. Because on this earth, everybody's taking everybody's stuff, everybody bombing other people's land because they taking and you know what I mean, coming too close to their borders and stuff like that. They having thoughts of trying to take somebody else's land. All that stuff is going on here. We need to wipe this leadership, so like not we. The Lord is going to wipe this leadership out, and He's going to bring forth new leaders, which are Black and Hispanic men, fully equipped for the job, fully prepared to rule over the oppressors that's been ruling over them for 400 plus years. You know what I mean? Like that's what the Lord is going to do. I'm gonna get a precept about what's going on here. Get a couple precepts about what's going on, man. You understand? 1 second. A second. I'm gonna go to the book of Obadiah. All right, book of Obadiah. I'm gonna go to verse. I'll start at verse 8. Shall I not in that day, say of the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? And I mean, the Lord is going to destroy these men that's ruling over us now. He's going to destroy them. It's in the Bible. Everybody know that oppressors come from Edom, come from Esau, who was called Edom. You know what I mean? In the scriptures, everybody know these things, man. And these people that study, Christians better know it because they act like they know the Bible back or front to back. And I mean, and they could read the Bible front to back and still don't got a clue about what the hell the Bible talking about. Now, this is what it says right here. I'm gonna read again from top. From the top, I'm gonna read again. It says, "Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?" He's gonna destroy these people, man, and destroy the understanding out of the mount of Esau. Because you look at Donald Trump, he looked like he got everything under control. He talks like he got everything under control. You know what I mean? And guess what? He just took a loss to Iran. That just happened. You understand? He's not. They try to act like and portray like they doing good over there. Hell no, they ain't doing good. It's people that will tell you the real online. They will tell you like, nah, they over there losing right now. You understand? And the other thing is too, they're doing that and they think they could just take over everybody's land. Like they kind of got a little taste of that with Iran, thought they was just gonna run them over. But you know what I'm saying? They seeing something different right now. They're experiencing a different outcome right now than what they thought, what they had in their head. In their head, they feel like they could just take everybody over, do whatever they want to anybody. And listen, the Lord got something else planned. The Lord got something else planned. I'm gonna read on. It says, like in verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end, and so like to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And that's very crucial right there to read, because what's going to happen to Esau? Exactly what I just read. And who is Esau? Our oppressors. Don't matter if they good or bad. You know what I mean? It didn't say it was going to cut off the mount of Esau that was bad. It didn't say that. It said Esau, the mount of Esau. It said what? Yeah, the mount of Esau, meaning the whole nation of Esau. You understand? May be cut off by slaughter. That's what the Lord is going to do eventually. He's going to do that. And it's looking like, you know, I mean, the way everything's set up right now on what Donald Trump is doing, how everything is looking with the wars going on. Everybody forgot about Russia and Ukraine. Russia just laid down some heavy strikes on Ukraine not too long ago. You know what I mean? Probably like a day or two ago. Unleashed some fierce strikes on Ukraine. Everybody forgetting that. You understand? Like the Lord said, it's going to be wars and rumors of wars. You understand, happening. And when we see these things, that's a sign of his return. The Lord is going to be coming back shortly, man, very soon, man. But we got work to do. We got work to do. That's why I don't respect Christians when they, you know what I mean, at all. Because y'all go to church every Sunday, praying to some idol, worshiping some idol in the church, and then expecting God to, you know, expecting something to happen, expecting something to change in the black community. When you up in the church singing like a sissy all day long, black men in the choir beating tambourines, you understand, foolish, simple women in there thinking that they serving God and actually serving an idol, and thinking something is going to change in the black community doing that. It's not going to change. Only thing you're going to change is a man's natural behaviors of being a man to being a sissy. That's what you're gonna change in the black community. You're gonna have black men become sodomites overnight because due to your, you know what I'm saying, your lack of masculinity in the church, due to the, you know, the evil that's going on in that church that everybody knows about. We got to get out of them churches and leave that alone because those are supposed to be our leaders, right? They're supposed to be the ones that guide the whole community into a place where they're protected. But that's not happening, or is it? That's not happening at all, is it? I see these churches getting rich. I see them getting money. I see the people that run the church getting, you know what I mean, doing a lot with, you know what I mean, the people's money. They're the ones that's driving the nice cars. They're the ones that got the nice homes. They're the ones that got, you know what I mean, decent living situations. But then the people that go there, they got to go back to the slums. You know what I mean? Our people got to go back to the slums. You know what I mean? With nothing to show for at all. So how in the hell are they supposed to be the shepherd, or supposed to be the leaders of the black community? What black people and Latinos and Native American Indians are going to find out soon is that the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you understand, are the real leaders of the black community, and y'all going to see. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth, and it's the place black people, Hispanics, and Native American Indians could call their home. Where they say, in Espanol, Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal, you understand, is the place for blacks, Hispanics, you understand, Native American Indian people. That's where we have to be at. You know what I mean? If we go into these churches, you're going to have your very own child be, touched, abused, and by them people in that church. I'm going to get a precept real quick about what I'm talking about. It's a precept we brought out last night. That was a heavy one. I would like to bring it out in this class tonight. You understand? Bring me I'm going to get a Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken. It's Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. All right, it says, whose possessors slay them and take themselves not guilty. That's heavy right there. Whose possessors slay them. Who's our possessors right now? Our slave masters, the oppressors. You understand? The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. He is our what's the name? What's it say right here? Whose possessors slay them. Those are our possessors right there. You understand? Let me read on. It says, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. They say these things right here, and they don't hold themselves accountable. They don't think that they're guilty. They get to go and kill George Floyd, and they get off for it. They unalive George Floyd, and now, you know what I mean, he's good. The unalive of George Floyd is just in another county somewhere working probably. He's not incarcerated. I know that. You know what I mean? I know that. I know the killer of, you know what I'm saying, the killer of Visanya Massey was like, let me see. I know the killers of us are going, you know what I mean, are being put off, especially don't let them be police. They're going to be getting off on that, and they're going to go to another zone, and they're going to, you know what I mean, work there and terrorize black people in that other zone. It was just another story last week where it was a white police officer that was pushing a sister, a pregnant, 8-month pregnant, a woman with 8-month pregnancy into the wall. You know what I'm saying? With her stomach hitting the wall. You know what I mean? Looking like you are, you know, deliberately trying to unalive that baby that's in that sister's stomach, which shows you the hatred that they have for us and how strong it is. How, you know what I mean, how strong that hate is for. And it says this, which is the kicker. It says, for I am rich and their own shepherds pity them not. Meaning, you black leaders out there, you black leaders that's supposed to be leading the community are having no pity on us. How do we know that? How do we know you have no pity? You stuff your pockets with all the riches that you got from the poor. That's why the poor is poor. You got all the money that belongs to them. You understand? That's why the Lord is going to wipe out, you churches and all that stuff. All these little black leaders claiming, trying to portray themselves, trying to, posture like you for us. What? The Lord's going to show that you not for us. To the average brother and sister out there. But in the I.S.U.P.K, we can already tell you not. We already know what it is with y'all. We know the game y'all playing. But it's going to be revealed to the average brother and sister that y'all are not for us. That y'all really trying to get us unalive. Y'all lining us up. And you know what I'm saying? And now we have now we in this situation. Now we in a predicament we in. You understand? It says, I'm gonna read that part again. And their own shepherds pity them not. You know what I mean? Our own shepherds don't give a damn. Our own shepherds, you understand? Jeremiah 14:2 at the end says, you know what I'm saying? It says, their gates have language. You know what I mean? For our gates have language, paraphrasing. That shows you like how weak our leadership is. When we say we have leaders, you know what I mean? We really don't. We just have, some niggas trying to, be some prostitutes for our oppressors. Niggas being prostitutes for the slave masters. That's what we have. That's what we have, and and they come around pretty often talking about how they're gonna do this, do that for us. You know what I'm saying? But we really are in the same situation. We're in the same situation, and they ain't gonna get better. How this brother right here got unalive, this should never happen. If black leaders really wanted to do something, if they really wanted to change something, you would tell black people to not be around white people, not to befriend white people. Because when you do that, what happens? What happens? Take a mean guess. Take a guess. Take a guess on what happens. They get unalive just like this brother right here did. They get unalive. But if we're gonna join somebody, we're gonna have to come together amongst each other, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's what's gonna have to happen. Lamentations 4:17 talks about how, we've been hunted down. And I'm gonna get it real quick. I'm gonna get it. One second, bear with me. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17, it says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. You know what I mean? This nation can never save us, right? We see it here. They unaliving us. That's right. That's evident. Verse 18, they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come. You know what I mean? Like, we have to understand these nations are never for us. These nations have never took likeness to us. They always, find ways to make money off of us. But other than that, they hate our guts. How do we fight against that? How do we pivot, and do something different? You understand? What we have to do now is separate from them, man. Like the I.S.U.P.K, like the Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal been saying since 1969. We've been saying this for the longest time, that we cannot be friends or be brothers with the same people that unalive us. You understand? Cannot do it. It's another precept I'm thinking about getting real quick. And for for what they've been doing to us. You know, man, it's not gonna go without. It's not gonna go without any justice. You know what I mean? The Lord is gonna give us justice because you devils decide not to give us any justice. Since you want to have black people not have any, you know what I mean, have us feel like we're getting dealt with righteously in this place. Since you want to be like that, the Lord is going to make sure he give us the justice we need. And it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be nice. It ain't going to be sweet. It ain't going to be like what your church has taught you. What your church taught you was a bunch of lies. What your church taught you was how to, you know what I mean, have some false hope. And that, a white Jesus is going to come down and save everybody. You understand? You understand? And how you gonna save a nation that don't need to be saved when a nation right here is ruling over everybody? You understand? America, which is the richest country on earth, is ruling everything. The small hats ruling everything. The point is that Esau rules the whole globe. And you know what I mean, the Lord is gonna save his people, like it says in the Bible. His people. And who was his people? The Israelites. You understand who the Israelites in the Bible? You know what I mean? Read through Deuteronomy 28th chapter. You understand? Just gives you the proof on that black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people, or the Israelites that is written about in the Bible. You understand? And the Lord is going to send Christ back to save his people. It's all throughout the Bible, man. But when you go to church and when you don't go to these classes in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, you're gonna not know these things, which is almost like it's like damn, like how you going, like that's a charge against the Christian church, because they will have you in there and they would know they try to not teach you that, you know what I'm saying, that you are God's chosen people. They rather teach you that God loves everybody. They rather go to John 3:16 and break down and try to break down John 3:16 and say, you know what I mean, have a false breakdown of it, saying that God is going to die and love and send Christ for everybody, saying that God is going to send Christ to die for everybody. When, you know what I mean, it's not in there. You're never going to find that in there, man. So what we have to do is separate, man. We have to separate from this society. Let me get Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 47, verse 10. Start at verse 10 for time's sake. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, which, you know what I mean, these are oppressors trusting in their wickedness. That's what they're doing. That's what they do. That's in their blood. It's the trust in their wickedness, man. They trust in their wickedness. They're going to keep doing it. It feels good to them. It feels good to unalive innocent people. I just seen a video today where Newark police, the Newark police department was trying to apprehend a brother on the ground, but they so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, they know what they're doing. They trying to unalive a brother. If you're really trying to get a brother, you know what I mean, get somebody that apprehends somebody, you're gonna do it by choking them out. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do that by trying to crush his lungs into the damn ground. What you trying to do? You understand? Like, they over there, mishandling the brother like always. You know what I'm saying? Striking the brother and all that stuff right there. That's them. That's how they trust in their wickedness right there. They trust in their wickedness in doing that. They trust in their wickedness, you know what I mean, all the evil that they're doing. They also feel like they're not gonna get any back not I wouldn't say that. They also feel like they're not gonna get called on for what they're doing. They also feel like they're not gonna, be held accountable for what they're doing. But guess what? It's a power, on high that is going to hold these bastards accountable for what they've been doing. They're gonna hold them accountable. The Most High gonna hold them accountable for what has been done to us. You understand? I'm gonna read on. It says, "Thou hast said, none seeth me, saying like, damn, saying nobody could see me. Nobody could see me. You know what I mean? Meaning like, what you gonna do to me? Esau feels like he's untouchable. He feel like he's Superman. You feel me? I'm gonna read on some more. It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. His wisdom that he has, his so-called wisdom, he got everything. He has the damn tanks, the supersonic missiles, you know what I'm saying? Nukes. He has everything he needs. Fully equipped warships. You understand that he's sending off to the Middle East, that he already sent off to the Middle East, might end up sending more. You understand? Has jets to devastate whole countries with people living inside of them. You understand? He has everything he needs. Like it said right here, what it said? It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee. It perverted him. You know what I'm saying? He built all this stuff to protect his people, but not really to protect. He yes, that, but to really take over everybody's land, to take over everybody's nation, to destroy everybody, and to, you know what I mean, take everybody else's stuff for his own. You understand? His knowledge, his wisdom, you know what I mean, it perverted him. I'm gonna read on some more. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I read that already. Like, you know what I mean? He's saying, like, nobody else is beside me. I am here and I'm the most powerful. He feel like he's so powerful. He think he's gonna end up fighting. He is gonna end up fighting God. He's gonna end up trying to fight Yahawashi Mashiach, who the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ. He's gonna end up trying angels, 200 million angels that Christ is gonna come with. You understand? He's gonna try to fight them, and it's not even gonna be. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be. You know what I mean? It's gonna last 1 hour. It's gonna last 1 hour, and Esau is gonna be wiped all the way out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be hiding under their bunkers and all that stuff, trying to hide from Christ. You know what I mean? And the 14 and the slugging and the 144,000, they're gonna be trying to hide from us. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'm in that count. Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? I pray I'm in that number. You understand? Like that is happening, and it's like, and Esau feels like he's unstoppable. He feels so unstoppable. He think he could take on Christ and the angels. That's what he feel like. What do you think all the jets and all that stuff is for? All the jets and the what you think they started the NASA space program for? It's called something else today. I forget the name of it today, the modernized name of it. But what you think all that's for? Where they have, you know what I mean, a military, you know what I mean, above the stars, you know what I mean, on the moon. They got, you know what I mean, a military base up there too. Why do you think that is? They feel like they're gonna fight and beat Christ. And you know what I mean, you gotta be good and stupid to think that way. You know what I mean, dumb and puffed up. Just like it says right here, it says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. Now listen, since you want to do evil, evil is going to come upon thee. Evil is going to come upon you, upon thee. You want to lynch black people every week? You want to have it so where black people got to look up on their phone and look in the news, and you know what I mean, one of ours is unalive because of one of your stinking sons had done you know what I mean, lynched our people, lynched our daughters, our sisters, one of our brothers. You understand? Like, listen, the Lord said this for a reason. It said what? It said, therefore shall evil come upon thee. So now, you know what I mean, you want to do that? No sweat. Go try to pick on Iran and now y'all go ahead and y'all suffer defeat from Iran. You understand? Y'all go ahead and try to, do that and have your own soldiers go fight in Iran and perish in Iran. And the sad and unfortunate thing about that is a lot of us, a lot of our people went into that, into the, got shipped down there for that. That's an unfortunate thing. That's why we say, why join the oppressor's military? You want to be militant, you want to fight for somebody, you want to stand for something. You got the I.S.U.P.K here, to fight for your people, the military for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I'm gonna read on some more. It says, "And mischief shall fall upon thee; thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." Now it says right here in the middle, I'm gonna read back where it says, "Thou shalt not be able to put it off." Like, listen, y'all have 100 peace treaties. Put a hundred peace treaties in place. Go ahead and do it. Don't, the Lord doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? You're going into World War III. World War III is going to happen. Why? Because the way you've been treating us, the Lord has had enough. He's gonna make it so where you're gonna go, where trouble is gonna find you. Evil is gonna come upon you for all the wickedness you've been doing. You understand? Let's get some more. I'm gonna read from the middle. "And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." Verse 12. "Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy slugging." Let me read that again. Still slugging. "Stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail." Verse 13. Oh, wait, no, I think that's it on that. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Verse 14. "Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. Therefore, it's like there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it." That's global thermonuclear war right there. What's going to happen is, Christ going to come back, in the midst of the height of World War III. Nukes going to pop off, and this place right here in America, where in the Bible is called Babylon the Great Whore, the mother of harlots. You understand? This place is going to be the lake of fire that is talking about in the Bible. You understand? This is going to be the lake of fire. And, it's going to burn real good over here, along with the oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Along with everybody that was against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? What he says. So meaning this, if you love celebrating Christmas, you love celebrating your birthday, you love, being a whore or an adulteress. You understand? You love being a whoremonger. You know what I mean? You love things of this world. You love sodomy. You love all those things. You understand? You love the things this world love. You love selling drugs. You sell drugs. You do these things. You understand? You hate God. And the ones that don't follow God, the ones that hate God, are going to get caught up in that as well. You understand? That's why it should behoove our people to, not be that way, to, serve the Lord. What Romans 13 and 11 says, man, it says, as for now, let me pull it real fast, and I'm gonna leave on this scripture right here for time's sake. Salakia. Romans 13 and 11 says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep." So, the time right now is to get in the UPK. The time right now is to contact the ISUPK. You know what I mean? To find wherever the school is at nearest you, get in class, change your life. bring your family, bring your children. You understand? And have your family come up in this school and enjoy this brotherhood we got here. Change your life, man, because definitely changed my life. That's for damn sure, and I'm sure all the brothers in here can attest to that. Let's read some more. That now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. You understand? Our salvation is right around the corner. You see what's happening. You see the wars taking place. You see, Trump scrambling and scared to death. Don't know what's about to happen next. You understand? Right now is the time to get back together. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now is the time to get back right. All right, so with that, man, I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Shalom. All right, I'm gonna get me a Espanol. And before that, shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, man. We just came from out there. It was a dope time we had out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to all them brothers and sisters out there, man. We had a ball. We had a ball. You know what I mean? The hospitality, the brotherhood was on 100. You know what I mean? Like always, you know what I mean? And this is only how the UPK does it. Only how the UPK does it. Shout out to the captains that got raised up out there. You understand? I'm blanking on the names right now. Salakia, Captain Nashak, and Captain. Oh man, Salakia. I wanted to get the name. You understand? Let me see if I can get the name real quick. Boom, boom, boom. I'm looking. I want to shout him out properly. Not gonna find it there. Let me see. Pray this is it. There we go. So yeah, shout out to Captain Nashak. Shout out to Captain Yaramaya. You understand? Newly raised captains, man. Shout out to them. They do outstanding work in this truth. You know what I mean? In Nashville, Tennessee, and in Atlanta. You understand? Can't say enough about the brothers. You know what I mean? Shouts to them. They showed us a good time out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Club scene was good and everything. You know what I mean? To have a good time, and we was listen. Shouts to all them brothers out there. I can't say enough about the whole week. The cookout was amazing. The food was the grub was amazing. I can't say enough about it. And till next time. The next one is the Chicago cookout. You know what I mean? We should be heading to that one. See what happens, man. But I just wanted to give them a shout out real quick. All right, Most High Christ. All right, so soy el oficial de la escuela. Soy el oficial maternal de la escuela israelita de no conocimiento práctico universal, una organización que comenzó en la calle 125, una oeste, Harlem, Nueva York, bajo el mando del general YAHANNA. Enseñamos que los negros, los hispanos y los nativos americanos son familia going too fast, y son el pueblo elegido de Dios según la Biblia. All right, shalom, y'all. Bashim Shabbat, y'all Shamar. Thought about Shimon Shah. This prison officer 1000 out of I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West, 125th Street, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. Truth being that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people. You understand? And you know what I mean? And we're gonna keep pushing this truth. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep pushing this truth until our King returns. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.